Hello from me, Lazarus IDE. Welcome to the next lesson in the course. Introduction to Lazarus IDE Part 2. We are currently working on my new book. Introduction to Lazarus IDE Part 2. And right now we're looking at Section 1 with the free lessons, the free part of the book, and right now we're on Chapter 4. As before, we looked at the first and second points, and now we are at the third point, component. SynEdit, from the strip. SynEdit. Let's open the PDF file. In Lazarus IDE, there is a special section in the component palette, called SynEdit, which includes the SynEdit component and other related components. This is because the development environment itself uses this component as its main code editor. That's why the SynEdit package is built into the ribbon. Here's what it looks like. We see that in addition to this SynEdit, in this tape there are many components for working with different languages. For programming, you see, you have Pass, Extension, Java, C++, and so on. We won't, of course, be looking at everyone right now. And SynEdit is a component for editing text with syntax highlighting and is used to introduce functionalities that make it easier for developers to create applications with options for editing code and text. It is similar somewhat to the memo text box, multi-line. Its main features are syntax highlighting, support for multiple programming languages which makes code easier to understand. Code folding. Folding and expanding blocks of code, like in Notepad++. Support for UTF-8, which ensures correct representation in different languages. Configuration tags, line numbers, add bookmarks, and other autocomplete plugins. So, there's more, but let's do one example so you can see it in action. We will place the following components on our form: one SynEdit component, one SynEdit Pass for Pascal and one for SQL. Two of these components from the SynEdit palette. And we'll make, right, buttons with these functionalities, and we'll basically have this. Here are these components, for Pascal, for SQL and 3 buttons. The procedures in the button code can be written in 2 ways. Here's an example, for Pascal code, and so on, for SQL code. Which means in 2 ways: 1. As separate lines with the add method, 2 with full text to insert the entire SQL query. With this line we create a highlight for Pascal, and with this line, for SQL. We will use these 2 in our program, otherwise there are many more. LL also included a coloring code in the form creation, and this is what the coloring for both codes will look like in practice. Let's look at it in a practical example in Lazarus IDE. Here's what the format looks like. Let's compile and run the program. We'll wait a bit. There, it's done. Here's the Pascal code. You see the Pascal Hello World program. Here is the SQL code, in which we create a table users, and the exit button is for exiting the program. That's all for this tutorial. Best regards.